May your Thanksgiving be filled with much yum. Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. Just a couple of things before we really get into it. Binance Square is a bulletin board like a social media platform where anybody with a verified Binance account can post. So this story about Elon Musk and XRP is not Binance reporting. No, there is nothing to verify. I'm face palming right now. Tether is making big chess moves. Yes, they dropped their Euro Tether to focus on their investment into the MiCA compliant Euro Q and USDQ, where they're going to be using their Tether technology called Hadron. Over 300 firms and institutions are lining up for demonstrations. It's very clear that this is the signal that the future of finance is leaning towards tokenization. Tether is going to remain a major player. You can see we're up just about 2%. The total market cap is still sitting at around 3.3 trillion. So we don't have a lot of new money coming in, just a lot of money sloshing left and sloshing right. Bitcoin right now is moving, well, it's ranging in the 94,000, 95,000 range, pulling the market up and down and up and down. And what do I think is going to happen? I think it's going to have a very good weekend. The biggest news for the XRP ecosystem holder is coming from an announcement that was made by Ripple, and that is the Xahau DAO is an official founding member of the new XRP Ledger Foundation. It's registered in France. The Xahau DAO comes from the Wave of Innovation, and here we are when we were at the Gold Coast in Australia. And the person you want to pay attention to is Fabio Marzella, right here. The other person you want to pay attention to is Weitza Wind. He is also a founding member, and he is, of course, part of the XRPL Labs. You can find the signatures on the bylaws. We've got Ripple as one of those 4 founding members. There's David Schwartz and David Bichiti, who represents XRPL Commons. There's Weitza Wind, and there is Fabio Marzella. And don't forget Santiago Valles. Yeah, he's very excited to be a part of this. And as John Deaton says, if Santiago's involved, pay attention. So we were updated just a few hours ago on a blog. I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video. If you don't have the patience to read through all of this, then you want to join the Town Hall. That Town Hall meeting number 2 is going to focus on what is going on with this new XRPL Foundation. This will be online. It's December 12th. It will last for an hour and 30 minutes. You can even send in your questions in advance. You want to register for a spot. I'll put a link to this also in the description of this video. There's been a book that's published about Web3 and financial services, how blockchain, digital assets, and crypto are disrupting traditional finance. It's by Rita Martins, and Ripple was one of the companies they interviewed. There is a conversation just over 12 minutes between Cassie Craddock and Rita Martins, the author, and it was uploaded on Vimeo. You can find it embedded into their newsletter. Something to highlight is the XRP Ledger code fork, which is the Xahau network. It has its unique hooks, which are smart contracts, and growing number of new functionalities. It's having a great run to the start of this bull run. 90% of the Xahau Foundation supply was announced today is going to be locked up to support the ecosystem. What a very bold move. Currently trading at 12 cents. It's up 106% on the 30-day. You can now find the live statistics for the XRP Ledger side by side with Xahau. The active accounts in the last 24 hours on the XRP ledger was 24,000 and 10,000 for Xahau. Transactions, 2 million on the XRP ledger, 1 million on the Xahau network. Payments, a little over 1 million, and payments on Xahau, about 500,000. And as promised by Brad Chase at Ripple, he was going to update everybody on the XRPL bug, what the current status is, and what's next, because the ledger experienced an issue in which several nodes across the network crashed and restarted at similar times. During periods of this instability, the XRPL network consensus model favors safety over progress, so as a result, the network did not process any transactions for about 10 minutes as it recovered. Crippen Writer, who you can find on X, had the best summary. For safety reasons, the Ripple X devs haven't released all the technical details yet. They don't want to do so because then those vulnerabilities that are still there can be attacked. So this ledger halt was at 1339 UTC on the 25th of November. And the ledger continuation, then you see just then restarted back at 1349. 10 minutes where no new transactions were processed. So it is safety over progress. At the time that this was published, almost half of all the known servers upgraded, and there were some nodes that had not yet done so, and they are still vulnerable to this exploitation. This is one of my best buds in the space, Jay Cambo. He's the CEO and founder of Spend the Bits. This is the two of us at the Wave of Innovation in Australia this last June. This is his company, and I spoke to him today, as I do very often throughout every month, but I want to tell you he is an expert when it comes to AI agents. I'm very interested in stablecoins, and he's going to design an AI agent for me. And also, I want to point out that Futureverse, when it acquired its all-state machine in 2023, it clearly understands that the web we have today is not going to be the web we have in the future. The co-founder of Futureverse, Aaron McDonald, explains that in the future, there will be more AI agents than humans. They're going to act on our behalf, for companies' behalf, for countries, for DAOs, for memes, and more. These agents, every one will be unique, just like human DNA, he explains. The Futureverse platform is taking this technology into various ways, and it's going to change and enhance our lives forever. I encourage you to follow Futureverse and the Root Network closely. We have reached that inflection point, and you should be following Minima Global as well. Listen to this short clip, and you're going to see where we're headed with the real digital natives, the AI agents. It's very exciting. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
From our perspective, the Minima was born from my co-founder Paddy's 100% mission to make a completely decentralized network, one where there's like literally no middlemen, no stakers, no miners, anything like that, basically. We did actually turn off all of our internal servers at the end of last year, so we actually have zero internal centralized infrastructure now. Once we get to AI agents at the edge on devices who need an immutable truth, they need an ability to transact value, to communicate securely, then that is very useful for them. They're not going to go, well, why are you paying me for it? They're just going to go, well, this is what we do, this is what we use, basically. We're at that now inflection point where AI has, the last 10 months, the amount of advances that AI has made, and people can understand exactly how useful it's going to be, how powerful it's going to be. That's suddenly, if it's done this in 10 months, then it's going to, if it keeps on growing exponentially, this is going to be the thing that is going to make crypto make sense from a utility perspective, because AI is definitely here to stay and crypto is definitely here to stay, but the two things will suddenly make sense together. We talk about us being digital natives. The real digital natives are the AI agents on devices who are effectively, they'll never have to worry about their private keys or the public wallets or anything like that, because that's just part of their functionality. That they will never lose their keys. They'll never forget their passwords. They will just be able to use them to the full extent of being able to communicate securely and transfer value securely. And that is where I think we're going to head with it. But of course, in order to do that, you have to have a blockchain that is built to sit within that form factor. Because if they're always an AI agent isn't going to want to have to route back to a centralized server or wait for miners or stakers to approve transactions. It wants to be able to happen simultaneously and immediately without any risk of any centralized points of failure, basically. That's where we're heading. So it's very exciting.